There's a couple of places where it's difficult to mow on my property. Under that deck is one. With a weed whacker in hand, I have to bend over, reach up in there, cock the thing at a pretty hard to maintain angle, and slide it way up under there and try not to grind it into the dirt. That don't seem to work very well. So I was looking online the other day thinking, wouldn't it be nice if they made kind of an adjustable head or something on one of them? And I ran across this thing here that Ryobi makes. And it's basically a weed whacker that fits into a little set of wheels here. And if you step on this, you can lift the weed whacker out so it's a regular weed whacker. And if you work this handle right here, you change the angle of this thing so that instead of having to bend over and maintain that weird angle, I can quite literally lower it all the way down and just get her running and slide her up in there like this. Slide her up in there like this and like this, see? I'm not having to run a great big lawnmower. It's actually not even a lawnmower, it's a weed whacker, so if it should connect with the power cord, which I do have run up under this building, it won't cut it. And I can just mow this like that. Now the other thing that this is good for is way back yonder where that dirt kind of winds down off the side behind that building. Let me focus y'all out so you can try to see that a little bit. Now see back there where there's a banana tree and there's a steep bank. It's hard to hold a weed whacker and stand on that crooked bank. But I'm guessing I could take this here baby back there and sort of run it up and down that bank without having to lift it and hold it at that weird angle. Now this is not something that I think should be intended to replace a lawnmower, but I've got a few places on my property that are hard to manage, and seems like it could be better to manage with this. Let's go see. Let's go see if I'm right. I'm going to bring it down here. Now I don't have a battery in it yet, so I'm not going to be cutting with it. If I came back here with this and brought it around like this, I could go like this. Now I'm not having to stand up there and hold that up and bend it around at the proper angle. I can mow this whole thing with that without literally having to lift it, keep it at the right angle. And then if I want to, you know, take it out and use it as a regular weed whacker, just step on this thing, pull that out, and then I can climb the bank with it if I wanted to. Now this isn't very comfortable, but this is. I'm just saying. There's also, this comes with a new battery and a new charger, which is good. It's 18 volts, so it fits all the old batteries I got that fit into one of these will fit into this. That's good. You can adjust this thing so that your handle goes sideways if you want to use it for a edger, which I've never really cared much about, but you can. And you can adjust these wheels so that they go higher and lower by adjusting this right here. I think that's going to work. And I think that's going to give me a good job. And I think I'm going to go get a battery. We'll give that a try. Oh, the joy. Well, that pretty much takes the heavy lifting out of it, and a lot of you young guys laugh, you know, oh, you don't need that. But if you're at my age and your back hurts when you try to lift something like that and walk around with it, I take this. I take this over a regular old weed whacker any day. Now let's go back up here to this pool, this deck. See, I can ride my riding mower up to a certain point on that deck, but after that I can't get up under that. I tried doing it with a weed whacker the other day. I got me a pretty quick little backache. So let's just try this thing. See how it does. Battery's getting tired. This isn't the battery that came with it, by the way. This is a battery that I had from one of my drills. This actually comes with a much more powerful battery. I'll go get one. I'll go get it if it's charged. Not the easiest thing I ever seen, but it's pretty workable for, like, y'all saw me up under there. There wouldn't have been no way I could have been up under there like that and holding up a weed whacker at the same time. So for situations like that, it becomes workable. And I'm not sure why it's reloading the string instead of just running it, you know. It acts like the string is snapping off unnecessarily. And I'm not sure why. But see, like it is right now, it'd be hard to hold up a weed whacker and work it, but I can. It might be nice if they made this thing where you could push that in and have it stay in, that you wouldn't have to keep pushing it, but that it would just automatically adjust like this. Shame that it doesn't do that, because that way then you wouldn't have to keep reaching down there to touch that to change it. I'm not sure why this thing keeps snapping that wire off. But still, I think I can get by with it, and I think I'll be happy enough with it. Okay, let's call that good for now. You can use your own judgment whether you want one of these. I found that I got this one from Home Depot more than $100 less than they were selling them for on Amazon. I don't know why. It may be that Amazon didn't have them, because I noticed they were sending me to a different site on Amazon when I was trying to see what they had. These might be a fairly new thing. You know, I was looking for some something else on Amazon I couldn't find, and I noticed they didn't have any in stock anyway, but sometimes I see things on there and I think they just listed it almost like wishful thinking. But so if I had done that with a regular weed whacker, well, my back would be hurting, and it's not. So okay, I guess it's worth that. Maybe as I use it more and get used to it, it'll be better. Whew. Right about now, a dip in the pool would feel mighty fine. This was also a test of my new camera. I just bought this DJI Action 3, and we'll see how well it did. Oh, the joy. Okay, I made a little video on this thing the other day. I was having trouble with the string. Like I would run it forward and the string would fly off, and I'd have to reload the string, which on this one you do it by releasing the trigger, letting it stop, and then it comes back out. There's a little cutter on here. It's right here, and it had a piece of tape on it. Probably from the factory, they put a piece of tape on there so you wouldn't cut your finger when you were, you know, unloading all this. And I took the tape off. I actually took a file and I sharpened that little edge right there. You can see where it's shiny. That did the trick. So now I can run it all the time, which means when I'm whacking with it, I can be whacking without releasing the trigger, just like you would a regular lawnmower or vacuum cleaner or something like that. So that's worked out real good. And I got a little space. Well, I could just do it right here. I got the thing pretty low too, but just I'll show you what I'm talking about. See, I didn't have to stop and let it reload the string every time. And I think I got a bunch of rolls. You know, the string on these are in little preloaded spools, and you just drop one right on there when you're ready. If I'm not mistaken, I got a box of spools right in here. And then I got another box down back in the banjo shed. I want to cut this little piece of grass right here anyway. I think I got another box back here in the banjo shed that fits that. We had, when we were still in Maine, we had one of those up there and one down here, and we would go back and forth. So I had boxes of weed whacker spool at both places. I might have to locate that. Yep, I think I have located it right here. Okay. Now, that box is empty. So unless I got a bunch more of that. Oh, there's one more in there. So there's one. This is weed whacker stuff for the other weed whacker, the kind I don't use anymore, the gas powered kind. So, yeah. But I want to cut this little patch of grass right here, right around the doorway here anyway. And then I'll go back, I'll get in the buggy, and we'll go down yonder. See, the thing about this, if you want to, you can just do this, lift this right out, see? And then you can bring it over here and just do it like this. It's a pretty powerful whacker. It's actually stronger than the other one. We have another one that I picked it up in a second-hand store years ago for 25 bucks, and it's worked fine. I think it's safe to say this one is stronger. I know it's got a kind of a big battery on it, so you can see when you're through with that, and you don't need to hold that anymore. You want to be able to roll it around, just drop it right in there, see. Mow with it like this. Pretty handy. I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, so I'll run back down yonder. I've been thinking.